Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here, and it is time for us to start Tier 9. Oh yes, we were here a little bit before Mega Mech Shark. Come, let us dance together on the ice, my beautiful pork cutlet bowl. We were born to make history. Man, I really feel like Tundra Man. This custom costume I got tailored for me at the DA Boutique is great. Weirdo. Okay, well that's actually up. Okay, so let's talk to you, Bicky Bomb. Wait, is that me on the screen? Is that what I look like? I'm gorgeous. Oh no, I don't like that enemy. Drop out platforms, quick lasers, and that thing. Okay. Yeah, we need a name. It's 29th place by Nitro Striker. Lasers and platforms. Can we have, a more generic name, please? Average score of 65.5. It did have is 27 minutes late. See, a couple people really kind of like this, and a couple people were kind of average on it, so let's get in here and see what this is about. I don't like that enemy. Oh, we're doing color switches with quick lasers. I like it. Those guys just spend so much time being invulnerable. Why I don't like them. Nice introduction to that gimmick. Okay. That wasn't fair. Protest that. Okay, the red one's gotta mean death. Oh boy. This is certainly challenging. Let's get down here and deal with this before he's... Never mind. This is kind of reminding me of like a combination of Sheepman and Quickman, even with the well, I've got some Quickman vibes from the music. I have to shoot you in your... the top part. The blinky light. Okay, bye. Got a checkpoint, very nice. Oh yeah, these things were in it too, the ladder chompers. Okay. I gotta deal with ladder chompers. I don't like ladder hopping. Did I just lose one of those? I did. One of those blockout platforms just despawned on me. There it is. Functionality penalty. Functionality penalty, I don't like this. No, go away. Oh, because I was smart and hit it earlier. Actually, let's be smart again. Or we don't have to be. Oh, and that one's coming by slowly. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, that one's going to come at us slowly. I'll take a short hit there. It was just a draining laser anyways. And now we have Sparkman with, well, everything, but I feel like Sparkman has been like the Robot Master that has appeared the most in this game. Granted, we can't fault other players, but I appreciate the different room layout too. You know how I feel about that stuff. Should have battled that Sparkman with the Buster. Anywho, let's take a look at the judge comments. This level follows the pretty straightforward A plus B format. It works for the assets. You introduced one idea, then introduce the other, then you combine them at the end for a final challenge. I really like the lasers and the switches. They work super well together, and the challenges are always challenging but fun, never too hard or unfair. The issue is that the ladder section with the ladder enemies feels a bit short. It's good, but combining them feels like it ended too soon. Maybe another room or two to experiment with them together and get something more out of them would have made this level better. Overall, this level is good and concise. I pretty much agree with Parmesan here. I've been struggling to come up with much of anything to say about this one. Really? While the combo of the quick lasers and the block switches was not bad, it didn't really grab me all that much. I did like the slow laser sections more though, for some reason. Score of 54, really? Oh, here we go. How far can one cool gimmick elevate a not-so-cool level? Pretty far, if this is any indication. I really love this level on the first playthrough, almost entirely because it has quick lasers as a central gimmick, but actually uses them in a way that's novel and interesting, and not just run or die. They're even color-coded, how cute. But then on the replay, I realized that cool gimmick aside, we've got a bunch of problems. Most of these have to do with how gimmicks and enemies are introduced. For instance, the second screen introduces both the helicopter met and the laser gimmick at the same time, in a way that doesn't give either time to breathe. Okay. But this coming from the same person who complains about bad introductions to enemies and gimmicks when they're all literally perfectly introduced in other stages. And there's no indication that some of these lasers are going to be slow ones, especially concerning as the first slow laser is in a place where it is a normal speed laser, like you assume it will be based on precedent. Hitting the switch will kill you, which made me second guess myself. And then the subsequent slow laser room is just your standard run through this linear segment before the laser hits you challenge, just without the difficulty and with a less exciting presentation. But ultimately, I think the main flaw of this level is symbolized by the long horizontal section, early-ish, on where drop platforms are placed over a red laser over a bottomless pit. The laser is visually exciting. Oh no, I thought. Better avoid the laser. But in reality, it's irrelevant because if you fall, you take your 2 points of graze damage and then just die from falling into the pit. Even though the level has a very cool gimmick, most of the challenge in it stems from the very cool gimmick. Not from the very cool gimmick, but from ye old stretches of perilous drop platforms over oblivion. Again, the same person who complains about all the instant death that other people use said absolutely nothing about the escape sequence in the Metroidvania stage. No, I am not going to let that go. I realize we're in Tier 9 and that was back in, like, what, Tier 3 or something? But it deserves to be brought up. There are some cool setups here, but a lot of time, the gimmick that would make this level unique is just window dressing on the background challenges, and that it feels like 50% of the levels in this contest rely upon. It's not a bad level by any means, just a little disappointing. Well, you're more than a little disappointing as a judge, seeing a cool idea squandered. I thought the stage was fine. I think its placement is fine being the first stage in Tier 9. I'm good with it. Frames. A lesson I've learned throughout this contest is that I like quick beams being used in unorthodox ways, and combining the lasers with the switches was a really good idea. The lasers pretty much never feel too overbearing, and it changes the challenge from gotta go fast to a challenge about timing your shots, which is a type of variety I like. It doesn't go on too long either, which is heavily appreciated. The difficulty curve of the level does seem a little backwards though. The first half is definitely far more punishing than the second half. I mean, maybe the long stretch of the drop platforms in that horizontal room could be more punishing and maybe more challenging, but I don't know, I thought the vertical challenge sections were more challenging, and I liked them later in the level. It's not undoable, but the constant Shadow Man platform jumps over a bottomless pit for a long time with one of those flying Mets coming at you isn't terribly easy. Again, the judges could benefit from being able to play Mega Man better. The second half of the level isn't the easiest thing in the world, but it's certainly more of a breeze than the first. And when it comes to nitpicks, the quick beam overlapping with the boss health bar is kind of funky. Okay, I'll give you that one. I would take off an aesthetic point for that. But overall, I did enjoy this one. Nothing crazy, has some problems, but thought out and a pretty good time. Now let's talk to some things. Gotta make the ice nice and smooth for the guests. Gotta make the ice cracked and crumbly to annoy the guests. I have a cheering section here. Arkweldy, the humans back there are great listeners, but they don't say anything about my welding skills. And even when they catch fire from a loose spark, are all humans like this? Quiet, immobile, and flat when viewed from the side. Alright, next we have, well, appropriately, I saw ice blocks. We have some enemies. Wow, the melting ice blocks and also those icicles, both from Mega Man 1 on the Game Boy. So we can see how that goes. I want to talk to the things. Okay, we're not going to talk to the penguins beneath for a while. Whatever. Screw those penguins. They're part of Dr. Novakeen's breeding program or something. But for now, I'll take my leave.